Welcome back, Night Owl. Go ahead. Dim the lights, settle under your blanket, and let's drift together into another quiet corner of history. Tonight's story is about something, well, rather morbidly conversational. Because apparently, throughout the centuries, some very serious people believed the best way to get advice was to talk to a severed head. Yes, actual heads. Because when life got confusing, why not ask someone who's, technically, beyond caring? Let's start in the 13th century with Roger Bacon, the English philosopher who spent years trying to build a talking head out of brass. He claimed it could answer any question about science or the future. Picture a medieval man in a robe, surrounded by smoke and candlelight, yelling at a metal bust for not speaking fast enough. According to legend, the head finally spoke. But Bacon was asleep. It muttered, "Time is," and time was, before exploding. So, humanity's first attempt at artificial intelligence ended about as well as you'd expect. Now, that's the charming version. The darker ones came later. Catherine de' Medici, Queen Mother of France, was rumored to have kept a preserved human head that she consulted during times of political crisis. Whether or not that's true hardly matters, people believed it, which says plenty. In an age where kings trusted astrologers and poisoners more than their own heirs, talking to a dead head was practically a leadership strategy. Over in England, Oliver Cromwell's own head became a conversation piece long after he'd lost it. After his death, his corpse was dug up, beheaded, and displayed as a warning. Then it spent a few centuries being privately owned, passed from collector to collector like a cursed family heirloom. People would show it off at dinner parties, probably saying things like, "And this, dear guests, is the man who cancelled Christmas." Then there's Anne Boleyn, whose legend refused to shut up. Literally. Witnesses swore her severed head tried to speak after the executioner's blade fell. Others claimed her ghost whispered advice in dreams and mirrors. She became the quietest kind of gossip, the kind who doesn't even need a body to stir rumors. But Europe's relationship with talking heads wasn't all royal tragedy and gossip. Some saints took it quite literally. Saint Denis, patron saint of Paris, was said to have picked up his own head after being decapitated, walked several miles, and continued preaching the gospel the whole way. Because apparently in 3rd century France there were no days off. By the Renaissance, heads had become decorative philosophy. Nobles filled their studies with skulls, memento mori, reminders of mortality, though most just liked the aesthetic. Meanwhile, alchemists like Paracelsus tried to make homunculi, little talking beings grown from human remains. They weren't technically heads, but they served the same purpose. Proof that you could hold a conversation with something that shouldn't be alive. Fast forward to the Age of Reason, where reason took a coffee break. In 1803, Giovanni Aldini, nephew of scientist Luigi Galvani, decided to test electricity on a freshly executed criminal in London. He attached wires to the man's severed head, and to the crowd's horror, the face twitched, the eyes opened, and the mouth moved. Aldini claimed it was science. The audience called it witchcraft. The head, mercifully, remained silent. Around the same time, French doctors became morbidly obsessed with guillotine heads. Some claimed they saw eyelids flutter, or lips move, or expressions change after the blade fell. One physician, Dr. Boryers, even tried talking to one. He said the eyes focused on him for 3 seconds, long enough to make him rethink his career choices. Even as technology advanced, the impulse didn't fade. Enlightenment thinkers, occultists, and spiritualists all kept finding ways to make the dead speak, whether through seances, spirit boards, or the occasional skull on a desk. People just couldn't resist the idea that knowledge, or comfort, might still be inside. Philosopher Emanuel Swedenborg even claimed he conversed regularly with dead kings and decapitated soldiers, which honestly must have made dinner parties unbearable. And yet, under all the weirdness, there's something deeply human here. The talking head, real, mechanical, or imagined, represents that endless need for answers. The desperate hope that someone, somewhere, knows what comes next. Whether it's Catherine de' Medici consulting her relic, Roger Bacon asleep beside his brass contraption, or a scientist shocking a corpse into motion, it all comes from the same place. We hate the silence. And we never really stopped. Today, we talk to glowing screens instead of skulls. We build machines that speak in human tones and store voices that outlive their owners. The conversation with the dead continues, just cleaner, digital, and less decapitated. So as you drift towards sleep, remember, humanity's been chatting with heads, real or imagined, for nearly 1,000 years. We whisper to relics, record our words, preserve our likeness, and call it progress. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's just another version of the same old ritual, trying to make the silence answer back. So close your eyes and let the centuries hum quietly around you. The heads are still talking. We've just given them Wi-Fi